Hello everyone, welcome to Sacred Knots. It's Michelle here and I have another reading for you. Today's reading, we're going to find out what are you meant to learn about yourself when it comes to love. This is a very, very important topic because when we're in relationships, connections, as much as we may say that we will behave in a particular way before we get into these connections, it's usually not the case. So if someone says, well, if I was in a relationship, I am not going to allow my partner to dominate me or to sway my decisions or opinions. And when they're in a connection, they actually allow it to happen. They're not themselves. And as time progresses, they're fighting and trying to claw back their identity. So this is a very, very interesting topic. We're going to be receiving guidance from the universe and dissecting love on a personal level. Okay? So we're not talking about self-love only. That should be like a given. I mean, come on. We hear it a lot, but it's true. It really should be a given, period. But we're talking about interactions with others, connections with others, right? Romantic connections with others. What am I meant to learn, right? This is a question that you should be asking yourself as well. With even when you're reflecting on past relationships, what's the lesson that you've gained from those experiences? Not about the person. You are turning the mirror on the self. What are you learning about yourself in these connections? Are there patterns? Right? The same situation, but it's like with a different person. If there's a pattern, it's not them, it's you. So we're also going to see if the universe is going to touch on self-worth and value, right? So let's start this reading. So we're going to pull a card from the Shadow and Light Oracle and see what the universe has to say. What are we meant to learn about ourselves when it comes to love? Universe. What are we meant to learn about ourselves when it comes to love? Jumper. We have here card number 6. 6, the number of the lovers. Shadow and light. That's interesting. Look at this individual here. And she's absolutely finding the light within the self, right? Finding the positive qualities within the self. And I could even take it as far as valuing the self. What do I desire? What am I worth? What am I willing to put up with? Am I willing to express myself freely without deleting or editing my views? Okay, let's turn the card to the side because this is also showing that same person here looking out into the distance, and there's mountains. Mountains represent challenges and obstacles to overcome because you have to climb up to the mountain top, and then you have a greater vantage point as to what to do next, where you're headed. And then you have to climb down and you climb up the next one, so on and so forth. But this person is at the mountaintop. So they're seeing the bigger picture here, needing to have a greater perspective of yourself, right, in your connections. And that could also mean what you want from your connections, right? It shouldn't be where you're going to adjust. It's like getting an outfit and you're just going to fit into the connection. No, you're going to get something that complements you. You're going to be in a connection where not only have you worked on yourself, but your person has done the same or is doing the same. There has to be progress, right? Growth. But love is showing you both your positive qualities and your more negative qualities. It is also telling me here that we can't always point the finger at the other person because you are a willing participant. So it's to be mindful of that, okay? So if you are someone and you are in a connection where you're giving, you're the giver and the person is the taker, And you're like, why aren't they seeing that they should be giving back to me? I am giving too much. I am not getting help. You are allowing that. It is not their fault only. It is yours for allowing it and accepting it, but also for giving to someone who is just taking, or not having that conversation, that honest and clear and direct conversation. It really is saying, and with this light, this is honesty, purity, and truth. Being honest with yourself about the negative qualities and things that you do in your relationships and the positive qualities and things that you do in your relationship. Seeing that balance. You overcome the obstacles once you overcome the obstacles within the self. And a major factor here is you are responsible for who enters your life, what you choose to take on, who you choose to take on, for accepting that offer, for approaching that person. Accountability. That's what this speaks on. Okay. Jealousy. Card number 15, reducing to 6 again. So we have 2 6s here. 6 and 15 reducing to 6. So we have the jealousy. Being very overprotective. This falls under the shadow and light qualities again, because I'm getting devil card vibe here, right? Now, jealousy has its positive and negatives. With it being 6, right, 15 reducing to 6, balance. A little bit of jealousy keeps a person on their toes, or keeps you on your toes, motivates you to do better, right, to exceed, to strive for more, to better yourself. Now, the shadow qualities of jealousy, which leads to possessiveness, destruction, abuse, codependency. You are meant to go inwards and ask yourself, why am I triggered by this? But this is the situation that makes you feel jealous, or the person that makes you feel jealous. So it is, why am I feeling that way? Why does this trigger me? You keep asking why to each answer until you get to the core. This could be something that is taught. Why am I quick to fly off the handle with the tiger here? This is not just light energy, especially with the big cat. This is where if you do get jealous and you are in that negative state, it could become violent, brutal, I'm hearing. So it's learning to not allow that to dominate you or become you. Now, when we flip this to your person, so people that we choose to associate ourselves with, look for the warning signs. Look for the warning signs before you embark on a connection that could potentially become toxic, dangerous. That's what this is telling me. It's not cute if a person appears very needy, possessive, driving over to your house to see if you're there, or the phone calls and all of that. That is not cute. So as soon as you notice that, it is time to start gradually pulling back your energy, setting the boundaries, because that's not cute. The jealousy can also stem from anger, lean into anger issues. So it's something within the self where you may have been deprived, and it's asking yourself, why do I feel deprived? Or what do I feel deprived of? For some of you, it's the relationships that others have. It may look magical. It may appear that it's the perfect couple, or it may even be that, look, they have someone that wants to be with them, and that's good enough, even though the relationship might be hell, but it just looks good. It's being mindful that sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side. That person could be going through hell and being physically abused, verbally abused. The key thing here is to really focus again, put the mirror on the self, and to see yourself and what you desire, and not settling for less, right? See yourself in this way where you're setting healthy boundaries and you're valuing yourself, but also being mindful of who you have coming into your life, being mindful of what you are projecting onto others, the energy that you are putting out there, and what you are attracting, and making those healthy adjustments to heal and improve that so you can have more positive people come into your life or more positive experiences. I feel like pulling another one of these. We have here prudence, wait. So with this card, for those of you who are not in a relationship or probably dating someone, so it's not, there's no title, take your time. That's what I'm getting with the 4 card as well, another number of balance. It's like, take your time, wait, work, make sure that you work on yourself, make sure you kind of look into past connections and see patterns, you know, see if history will repeat itself. What is it about me that I'm constantly experiencing this particular situation or experience? What is it about me that I'm having similar experiences in different relationships? It's finding that and healing it, needing to take a pause in between connections to work through this energy, protecting your heart, healing it, protecting it, but also being very, very mindful. What I'm really getting here, slowing down, taking things slowly, so you will be able to get a clearer view of someone's intentions. When we rush into things, it feels hot and heavy quickly. Sparks burn out, it dies out after a while, and you see the true colors of a person, and a lot of it may be things that you don't like. So when you take your time to get to know someone, get them very comfortable with you. It's like you go to Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner at a family's house, and you eat so much that you have to unbutton your pants, right? So that your tummy can expand out. It's like that. Getting the person that comfortable where they release, they expose their true nature. Then you can see if it is for you or not. Because they cannot put up that act for long, the representative for long. Okay. Beautiful, you got 2. So we have temperance, balance, harmony, and perspective. And we have chariot, control, focus, willpower. 2 major arcanas here. Temperance, finding the balance, being emotionally stable, weighing the pros and cons, being in a state where you feel comfortable with yourself and your connection before proceeding with the chariot. With the 2 dogs, and it represents shadow and light as well, taming that, being able to have a hold, being able to maintain and manage your shadow and light self, being comfortable with it. Same thing with temperance, being emotionally mature and stable, which then, with one foot being in the water and the other foot on land, which then attracts or draw in more stable connections, people around you. But more importantly, you being stable within yourself, being able to present yourself in a more stable manner. In that, it will attract those who are also on that same wavelength. Okay. The sun. Beautiful clarification here. That's being in the right energy, the right headspace, emotional, mental, physical. And what is interesting, the bottom of the deck, then we have the 10 of Cups. Fulfillment, happiness in all areas, right? Emotionally fulfilled with yourself and everything, all the blessings that will come into your life. It really speaks on doing the inner work, the personal work, having that shift. One more card and then we close this out. Greed. It's a shadow deck, so greed. And we do have here a crow. With the greed card, I'm not feeling like a more shadow aspect of greed. It's more so having it all. And it's saying that you can have it all, especially with the Ten of Cups card on the bottom of the deck, the cat deck. You can have it all. But the sun and the greed, yes, you can. But the key thing is working with yourself, your emotions, balancing that, having a clear view as to what you want in your connections, taming jealousy or transmuting the energy of jealousy from a shadow quality to a light quality that allows you to be more motivated, push you towards self-improvement, but also ambitious pursuits, whether it be with relationships, health, wealth, personal goals. It's learning how to manage that and taking your time. Sometimes time is of the essence, but that's not always the case when it comes to matters of the heart, because we want to make sure that we're not entering into situations that are detrimental to our life or human experience. Wow. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.